Same Sintua LX flight, Singapore Airlines website. Singapore IP shows SGD 1800, US IP shows USD 1500, German IP shows Euro 1400. Same date, same cabin. The airline is reading your IP and quietly serving a different price. If your scraper runs from a US data center, you're not seeing what your Singapore customers see. Theno, travel and flight scraping powers price comparison products, fare alerting, corporate travel intelligence, competitive analysis. In 2026, airlines and OTAs have invested heavily in anti-bot defenses and geo-based pricing differentiation. Mobile carrier IPs from target markets show authentic local pricing that residential or data center scraping misses. For Singapore Travel Intelligence, mobile is the operational baseline. 3 things ahead: the 5 surfaces a travel pipeline tracks, the geo-pricing patterns airlines use, and a working scraper that handles Akamai, Datadome, and Cloudflare defenses. Or main body, but the travel scraping monitors, or working travel intelligence pipeline tracks 5 surfaces. Direct airline pricing, scraping airline websites and apps for fares, fees, surcharges, ancillary pricing. OTA pricing, monitoring Expedia, Booking.com, Agoda, Trip.com, Klook, Make My Trip, regional OTAs. GDS-derived pricing, Sabre, Amadeus, Travelport feed airline published fares to travel agents. Some scrapers tap into public GDS-fed display tools, inventory tracking, seat maps, available cabin classes, route frequency, schedule changes. Promotion detection, limited time offers, voucher codes, route-specific deals. Each surface has different scraping characteristics. Major carriers like Singapore Airlines, Qantas, Cathay Pacific, Emirates typically deploy aggressive defenses. Smaller regional carriers are more permissive. OTAs are uniformly aggressive at high volume. Tooling-based, geo-based pricing on travel sites. Airlines and OTAs serve different prices based on requesting geography. Examples in 2026. Same flight, different prices. A S into LX flight may show SGD 1800 to a Singapore IP, USD 1500 to a US IP, Euro 1400 to a German IP for the same dates and class. Regional surcharges, airlines apply distance-based and text-based variations that interact with point of sale. Currency anchoring, prices may anchor higher when displayed in the requesting country's currency. Point of sale optimization, airlines optimize prices per POS based on demand elasticity. Mobile proxies from Singapore carriers give the authentic mobile app pricing that real Singapore travelers see. Residential Singapore IPs work for most desktop pricing. Data center IPs typically receive a generic or fallback price that does not match real customer experience. The proxy choice: data center, low success at scale with frequent septices, poor geo pricing accuracy. Residential, high success, good geo accuracy, matching IP geo. ISP static, high success, good accuracy. Dedicated mobile, very high airline direct success, excellent geo pricing accuracy, with mobile optimized pricing capture. For high volume scraping covering multiple markets, the typical stack is residential or ISP for bulk volume, with dedicated mobile reserved for markets where mobile pricing differs meaningfully from desktop. Singapore is one such market where mobile and desktop diverge frequently. The working scraper, here's the working pattern. Singapore Airlines availability endpoint through SMP. Chokru production code is meaningfully more complex. Airline endpoints often require token bootstrapping. OTAs frequently change endpoints. Many sites block direct API access and require browser-based scraping with Playwright or Puppeteer. Wade anti-bot layers on travel sites. Major airlines and OTAs deploy aggressive anti-bot. Typical layers: Akamai Bot Manager, used by Cathay Pacific, Singapore Airlines, others, requires real browser execution and IP class match. Datadome, used by some OTAs, capture challenges on suspect requests. Cloudflare, increasingly common, turnstile capture. Custom anti-bot, specific to large airlines, often involves device fingerprinting and behavioral analysis. Defeating Akamai, Datadome, or custom anti-bot also requires real browser execution with Playwright stealth mode. TLS fingerprint matching via curl CFI, session warming, capture solving via 2Capture or anti-capture for image challenges, and request pacing to avoid synchronized patterns. Production travel scrapers integrate all 5 layers. SMP handles the IP class well. The rest is engineering investment. Auto monitoring patterns, auto OTA scraping monitors prices across multiple OTAs for the same dates and routes. Snapshot-based, scrape each OTA at scheduled intervals, compare price diffs. Event-driven, monitor specific routes for price drops below a threshold, alert in real time. Conversion tracking, monitor which OTAs offer the cheapest price for each route. Alert. For Singapore, Agoda, Booking.com, Expedia, Trip.com, Klook, KKday all operate locally. For SG currency pricing, SG shipping options, SG visa context, scraping from a Singapore mobile IP gives the authentic local experience. Chocolate Singapore market specifics. For the winnerized direct mobile from SMP gives SG pricing accuracy. For Cathay Pacific Direct, residential or mobile in target POS. For Agoda multi-region, residential per region. For Booking.com multi-region, residential per region. For Klook regional, mobile in target region. For Trip.com, residential or mobile. For Skyscanner aggregator, residential, light scraping. For GDS Fed displays, residential or data center. Obtain a great proportion of any international travel pricing campaign. Benefits from layering SMP on top of a global residential provider. Singapore Mobile Proxy gives you dedicated Singtel, StarHub, or M1 modems with real Singapore mobile IPs and instant rotation. 2-hour free trial, no card required. Point your travel scraper at Singapore Airlines, Agoda, or Klook and capture the authentic mobile app pricing for 2 hours before committing to broader infrastructure. Use code YT30 for 30% off your first paid month. Next video applies the same logic to hotel rate intelligence and rate parity monitoring. Subscribe